had warm-up activities, the pre-test. Pre-test, you provided 5 basic phrasal verbs. So how did you define 5 basic phrasal verbs? So in your textbook, do you separate the phrasal verbs into basic, intermediate, and advanced?
We arrange our phrasal verbs through frequency, the most commonly used to the least commonly used, and to make a contrast in these 150 phrasal verbs. The 5 phrasal verbs in the warm-up part, we said that they are the basic one compared to the other phrasal verbs in our textbooks.
Points up, thank you very much. 谢谢教学组第3组。
Thank you.
Hey Jeff，你还记得我们小时候是怎么学英文的吗？
印象中好像是透过游戏、唱歌、跳舞来学英文呢。
接下来好像就是这个主题耶。
就让我们来看看吧。
The next group is Teaching Grade 5. I do as I can.
欢迎教学组第5组，动手去学习。
Good morning, everyone. We are Group 5. Our topic is I do as I can. 动手去学习. These are my group members: Jason, Ice, Ella, Dick, Lina, Peggy, Bethany, Dennis, and Kelly. And I'm T. This is our agenda. Please take a look. The topic of our project is I do as I can. 动手去学习. We want to design a set of English learning materials for young children. In order to make our materials more suitable for their learning abilities and interests, we combine the concepts of Montessori teaching method and total physical response teaching method. We would like to incorporate their daily life skills and knowledge in our materials so that young children can learn to be more self-reliant and independent as well. Here are 4 topics in our product: food, clothing, housework, and transportation. Each topic has 2 lessons. We also design 4 materials to match our product: teacher's resource book, review book with the reading pen, models, and mini stage sets. Later on, Dean, Ella, and Ice will talk more about our materials. So, why we want to choose this topic? The reason is that we want to break the traditional teaching ways. Without blackboard and textbook, we believe that young learners can learn daily life English through situations and learning by doing. As a result, this kind of teaching way is more suitable for their learning abilities and interests.
We use Montessori teaching method and total physical response teaching method as theoretical in our project. The teaching content in Montessori teaching method not only includes teaching aids and teaching materials, but also emphasizes on students' spontaneous learning and self-groups. In addition, Montessori teaching method is divided into 5 areas: daily life education, sensory education, language education, and mathematics education, and last one is cultural education. Moreover, children can operate independently and develop their mind without teachers' help. The goal of total physical response teaching method is that students can be able to use and respond to the target language. In addition, training students' listening ability at the beginning of the teaching, and teacher will train student speaking abilities. Finally, the characteristic of TPR is based on the principle of first language. Students can learn the target language by finished actions.
Before we discuss the introduction of our products, let's talk about our target users. Age range is from and up, and levels are 0 to beginner. And these are our products that we mentioned before. And the first, Teacher's Resource Book. It can help teachers to carry out the activities and refer to the learning indicators in the 106 curriculum guidelines for kindergarten, childcare, and education when we design our lessons. And we also set the learning goals that we want students to achieve. And it can guide teachers to the activity and give students clear instructions. And this is our content. We also have 4 topics. And each topic we have 2 units. For example, Master Chef, Unit 2, Supermarket. And this is our learning indicator. One of our indicators is physical movement and health domains, which is familiar with teaching materials and establish the ability of taking care of oneself in daily life. And one of the learning goals is, at the end of the course, students will be able to recognize different fruit and vegetables. And this is our teaching step. You can take a look. And next, Ella will continue to talk about our review books and reading pen.
And our second of product is the review book with reading pen. And these 2 products are to let students review what they learned from the lesson. And this is our review book and reading pen. You can take a look. And in the review book, it has as picture and include vocabulary and phrases that are related to our 4 topics. Students can use the reading pen to touch the pictures, words, and phrases on the review book, and it will speak aloud by an English native speaker. And now, Jing will show you how to use the reading pen. And in the review book, we also have free icons that students can make good use of them. And the free icons are recall, pause, and play. And students can use this icon with the reading pen to train their listening skill and speaking skill. And now let's watch the video about the learner using the reading pen.
Cut green apple.
好，那你跟着念。
Orange.
Orange.
I want 3 apples. How much? It's $3.
这样好玩吗？你喜欢吗？
And through the review book with the reading pen, it not only can promote student autonomy and train their listening skill and speaking skill. And in the review book, we also make with voice sticker that students can use reading pen to touch the voice sticker to listen the word of the picture. And at the final of our review book, it has extra learning including numbers 1 to 10 and alphabet A to Z that students can do the practice by themselves. Furthermore, we have already applied the ISBN of our teacher resource book and the review book for published on the markets. And you can take a look of our ISBN. And next, Jing will talk about our models and the mini state set.
The third one is models and provides realistic situations for students. The models are related to our 4 topics, such as the objects. The objects are related to cooking, clothing, and house chores. The important thing is learning by doing. For example, students will cut the models of fruits to learn vocabulary and action at the same time. We will use the models to let students recognize the objects from the lessons. And we arrange the numbers of models. It's clear and convenient for teacher to look for them. And this, you can take a look. These pictures are our mini stages based on our 4 topics. The size is based on students' height. In order to create atmosphere and of the situation, because they are movable and can be carried around. It suits mobile classroom. It's 200 centimeter by 150 centimeters. As for our originality, students can learn daily English with mini stage sets and models. In addition, learners can use review book and reading pen to self-learning. The voice stickers at the back of the review book, and it can be stuck on the objects. Moreover, review ebook can be replaced on the interactive screen of the e-card, and the learners can use it interactively. Next, Lina will talk about teaching demonstration and material trials.
First, I will introduce the information of the participants and the description of teaching demonstration. We also have questionnaires before and after teaching as well. The participants were the students in Heti Kindergarten and Elementary School. On the teaching day, there were 45 students attending the teaching activities. 42% of them are males and 58% of them are females. The participants' age is from 5 years old to 10 years old. They are all English beginners. These are the procedures. First, we recruited students. Second, we collected video recording consent forms and written slips from the parents. On the teaching day 1, we had the opening ceremony and let students fill in the questionnaires before teaching. After that, we carry out teaching activities. We also help students review the learning contents on teaching day 2 and let them fill in the questionnaires after teaching. After the teaching demonstration, we evaluated the whole process and analyzed the questionnaires data. Now I will introduce the design of teaching demonstration. The date was on July 12th and July 13th, and the time it was from 10 to 11:30 on each day. This is the schedule of these 2 days. We divided students into 3 teams, and there were 3 main topics in each day, including food, clothing, and housework. Students would learn 3 different lessons from these 3 different topics. The length of each lesson was 15 minutes. As soon as one team finished the activity in one topic, they would go to the next topic to learn. By the end of all the teaching activities, there was a review session for students on the second day. We taught 2 units in one topic. These are the contents in each topic. Please take a look. We designed some activities to help students be more familiar with some daily life skills. Also, we taught vocabulary and phrases which connected with those skills. We used these models and the mini stage sets to build real situations. By doing this, we would like to make students learn by doing. This is the video of the teaching demonstration. Please take a look. As you can see in the video, we used interactive screen in the review session. It can be done in an e-card as well.
Now I'm going to talk about the results of the questionnaire before teaching. In order to have more background information about the participants, we designed this questionnaire for them. And our products are designed for the young children who are in the beginning level, so we only analyze the students who are in 5 to 8 years old. And there are 28 participants complete this questionnaire. And there are 3 questions. The first one is, have you ever learned English? And 57% of the participants have learned English. And 43% of the students haven't learned English. Second, how do you learn English? As you can see, students learn English in different kinds of ways. Third, have you ever joined this kind of English activities? And most of the students haven't joined this kind of English activity. Next, the results of the questionnaire after teaching. There are 25 participants did the questionnaire, and there are 6 questions below. The first one is, most of the participants have more interest in learning English after this activity. And second, 80% of the students think the English activities are interesting, and none of the students think it's boring. Third, 88% of the participants prefer the food topic. Therefore, we can design more topics which are related to the food. Next, most of the participants like the way of teaching. And fifth, most of the participants think this kind of English activities would like to join this kind of English activities again. And the last question, most of the participants think the length of English activities is appropriate. And next, Bethany will talk about student and teachers' observation.
And in our teaching demonstration, we observed that most of students were interested in our topic, and students had a good interaction with teachers.